Today we are going to discuss about the status of forests in Telangana and the difference between reserved forest and protected forest, and also the problems of tribals who live in the forest. Okay, to maintain one ecological balance, compulsory 33% of land should be covered with the forest. But in our Telangana, according to government records, 24% of land is covered by the forest, just 1 by 4th. 17% only quality forest we have, remaining 7 or 8% just open lands with somewhere we have plants. It is not treated as a forest. Forests are divided into two types: reserved forest, protected forest. Reserved means no one could enter. The protected forest. Protected forest means people can use that forest products with some restrictions. And who will keep that restrictions means forest department. Forest department was established by the British government, and its duty is to protect the forest, to save the forest, and to plant a new forest or to develop new forest, to protect old forest, to develop new forest. And also, if the old plants are ready to fell, they are in mature stage, then felling of that mature trees and selling to the society. Non-timber forest product. They are collecting minor products, small products like small sticks, leaves or fruits, be such kind of small products, but not timber. So non-timber forest products they can collect. Tribal people who lives in that particular area, their livelihood depends on the forest only, and they do agriculture as a podu cultivation. We all know that tribals will clear the forest area, little bit area, then they burn that area, then slowly they will utilize that land for agriculture purpose, and they will shift after some months or after some years they will move to another place. Like that shifting cultivation is known as a zooming cultivation, that is only podu cultivation, and they don't have a notion of property. They are using from their ancestors onwards, tribals are using the forest products, but they don't have any ownership. That is the main important matter. Next, during the time of British, when they established a rule here, they got control over the forest, because British government observed that there is a lot of demand for wood when railway tracks were constructed, or large ships for industrial purpose wood when it is required. They observed that forest products are very important for them. So due to that, they control the forest, and tribals lost their rights over the forests. So Nizams who ruled in our Telangana area, okay, Hyderabad state, they brought some laws which restrictions are kept to the tribals. They should not use the forest products. If they want to use, they had to pay some revenue tax. With this, the tribals lost their rights over the forest, and how they have to lead their livelihood. The government didn't care of their livelihood. One side, they are evicting the people from the forest. They are losing the rights over the land. Later, the British government has taken a decision to hand over that forest to the Jamindars. Jamindars are nothing but the money lenders in villages, those who are having some hundreds of acres in that village, big farmers. Okay, they act as a money lenders also during the time of British. They paid some revenue to the British government, and due to that, Jamindars got some rights over the forest. The officials who worked in the forest department during the British time, they are from rich communities. They ignored the problems of tribals. They didn't take care of tribals' problems who lived once upon a time onwards in that forest area. Forest department officials also harassed the tribal people. So simply insecurity the tribals were faced at the time of British government. But after the independence, if you observe, our leaders who fought for the independence, they debated whether the tribals has to bought to the outer areas, or they have to lead a traditional life in that forest only, or they have to provide a modern education, some industrial work, sustain. So the government finally recognized the importance of tribals, and they bought a new policy, that a national forest policy. Indian government bought a national forest policy in 1988. So government realized that without the support of tribals, we can't develop the forest, we can't protect the forest. So tribals, once upon a time onwards, they are protecting the forest, they are growing the forest, they are using the forest, but without any disturbance to the forest. With this national forest policy, The tribal people can get a gainful employment by selling that forest products. Tribals, even now also in India or in Telangana, they don't have rights over their land, but they are protecting the forest.